dopamine. Dopamine. So the more pleasure you seek, the more unhappy you get.
Recently, I found Dr. Lustig and his work on differences between pleasure and happiness. Before I saw his findings, my long-term objective was considerably different. I'm saying that because right now my perspective is entirely reshaped. I knew something about dopamine and serotonin, but obviously not in this way.
Well, turns out dopamine excites the next neuron. And neurons, when they're excited, tend to die. And you need a bigger hit, and a bigger hit, and a bigger hit, until finally taking a huge hit to get nothing. And then when the neurons start to die, that's called addiction.
It's not just about processed food, it's also about money, alcohol, tobacco, guns. You just hear what he said. You need a bigger hit and a bigger hit until nothing happens. You'll become addicted to numbers or power or your own ego.
Las Vegas, Madison Avenue, Wall Street, Silicon Valley, and Washington, D.C. have very specifically and in a coordinated fashion confused and conflated the term happiness with the term pleasure, so that you can buy happiness.
All of those crises will pay not in cash, not in time, but in neurons, in our own mental health. As an example, I perceive money as a values conductor and not as a values itself. That's why I'm looking for long-term achievement and not for short-time pleasures.
What is your definition of happiness?
A clear horizon.
We must understand those differences for the right definition of happiness. Otherwise, we can struggle for decades in the wrong way, or simply we can smoke or drink our own future. Now, remember, happiness always comes in social groups, from eye-to-eye connection, empathy, cope, and long-term fulfillment.